Okay, did you guys watch the Bill Belichick interview on CBS Sunday Morning, or did you at least see the painful, cringy clip of Bill Belichick, former Patriots coach? Y'all know him, the guy with the holes in his sweatshirt, kind of a curmudgeon. He was being interviewed, and he seemed almost like a caricature of himself. He didn't seem like the Bill Belichick that so many people knew and loved when he was like Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, Robert Kraft winning Super Bowls. This seemed like a very different person. And the reason why he seemed like a caricature of himself is he didn't seem to be thinking for himself. He seemed to be under, we can say under the direction of, but maybe a more accurate way of saying it would be he seemed to be under the control of this young woman who he has been dating. 24-year-old Jordon Hudson interrupted the interview to tell him he wasn't allowed to answer a certain question. Take a look at this.
Jordon was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordon right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on.
Neither one of them, or something that Jordon Hudson dictated that Bill Belichick wasn't allowed to comment on? Because if both of them felt that way, it doesn't seem like Jordon Hudson would have needed to interrupt the interview to boss Bill Belichick around. Listen, the story of how they met has previously been reported, which kind of makes this interview even weirder. The International Business Times, and this is from just last month, wrote an article about how they met. This is the report. In February 2021, Belichick was traveling from the Boston area to Florida, seated next to Hudson, then a college student and cheerleader. Keep in mind, Belichick's like 73 or 74 now. Sources say during that trip, Belichick leaned in to ask about Hudson's schoolwork, specifically her deductive logic textbook. Their conversation quickly became engaging, with the pair diving into discussions about logic and reasoning. Belichick was reportedly so impressed that he signed the inside cover of her textbook, inscribing, "Thanks for giving me a course on logic," along with his signature. This gesture, captured in a photo later obtained by TMZ, marked the beginning of a connection that would quietly grow over the following years. First of all, a photo is not just later obtained by Bill Belichick. If it's in her textbook, it was given to TMZ by Jordon Hudson. Why? Because she somehow, and for some reason, wanted their relationship to be public. So kind of weird that this was previously reported how they met, at least this version of the story, and that now Jordon Hudson didn't. But here's the thing. If you got Jada Pinkett Smith vibes from Jordon Hudson and Will Smith vibes from Bill Belichick, well, you're not the only one who got that kind of vibes. There was a user on X, and I lost track of this post. So if you let me know who you are, I'll give you credit for it. But I've forgotten who made this post. Some user on X this morning identified Jordon Hudson's face and her first name belonging to the account of another woman who, as I said, shares her first name and shares her face, but has a different last name, and suggested that this identical Jordon with a different last name was a high-end escort. Oh, a high-end escort. Well, maybe that would explain not only the reticence to talk about how they met, but also this weird, toxic, really disordered dynamic between Jordon Hudson and Bill Belichick. Like, what normal 73 or 74-year-old dates a 24-year-old? And what normal 24-year-old dates a 73 or 74-year-old? They don't. That's not a normal thing to do. There's something disordered in this. We also know Bill Belichick was very close friends with Robert Kraft. We know about Robert Kraft's history, his scandal with the prostitutes. Something doesn't quite add up here. It's also pretty stereotypical, actually. A very stereotypical dynamic when I'm not saying she's a prostitute. That was an allegation someone on X made. I don't know if it's true or not, but it is a stereotypical dynamic if a prostitute ends up entering into a relationship with one of her previous clients for that relationship to be controlled by the prostitute, for that prostitute to be manipulative and controlling, and sometimes just have this very weird, psychological hold over the older man that she is now controlling. And let's just say, I have no idea if this is true or not. It was an allegation made on X, but all of the elements that would exist if that allegation were true seem to be true in this case. Very strange vibe. I feel sympathy for his family having to watch this kind of spectacle unfold.